Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And my good friend Laura Hosford is back with us. And today we're talking about reclaiming your chakra, womb chakra superpowers. I had to get it right. Yeah, reclaiming your womb chakra superpowers. So part of what we're gonna discuss today is we're gonna learn some simple tools to begin restoring the purity of your womb chakra to awaken your greatest manifestation powers. We're gonna activate your divine sovereign I am blueprint through healing your holy womb chakra. We're gonna learn about the real story of how Jesus was resurrected after the crucifixion. We're going to talk about how to liberate your Siddhi Superpowers and overcome all obstacles to living in your full human potential. We're going to learn about artificial intelligence programs, negative polarization consciousness, and virus programs preventing your full soul embodiment. We're also going to receive or participate in a divine sovereign I am womb activation to restore your light and love consciousness. So we have a lot that we're going to do today. So I'm excited. So Laura's back with us. Laura is a sacred oracle and a goddess of light emissary for the divine feminine Christ consciousness. She's also a womb priestess and ceremonial frequency rebirther, a shamanic ordained minister, a master Akashic records teacher, a light language channel, intuitive energy healer, and retreat leader. So much and more. And we're always so happy to have Laura back with us again. We always learn so much and receive so much and experience so much. So I'm so excited. So Laura, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Laura. It's fun to be here with you and your beautiful community today. And thank you. And hello to all the listeners. And yeah, I'm excited to be here and share today more about my journey with my own Holy Womb Chakra and learning and growing and experiencing. And I'm glad to see you all here. And yeah, it's great.
So I wanted to start off by talking about, what does it mean? Like we're going to get right into it. What does it mean to reclaim your womb chakra superpowers? Let's just go all in and just go for it.
Yeah. And first, let me just say too that that this discussion is for men as well as women. So, of course, if you're in a female body, then you have a physical womb, right? Of course, so that we can birth beautiful babies into the world. If you are in a male body, you also have a womb chakra, but it is on the soul level. And let me also say that the womb chakra is not your second chakra. Your womb chakra, kind of coincides with the second chakra. But if you think about the woman in the physical womb space, which is about the size of a pear, roughly, size of a pear, it sits, right down below the belly button, about 2 inches down and in. But it is not your second chakra. It is a separate creative portal. And it's something that you really, we haven't really been so much in touch with our womb chakra. A lot of our journey that we've been through, the ascension or ascension journey, has been around, focusing on, a lot of us started perhaps in developing our pineal, first, which is the first divine feminine center, because that was where we probably felt safest to do that. And I know for myself, I did. And, it's easy for us as intuitives and healers and visionaries to, to go out there, right, and to experience, the upper cosmos and the air energies and our connection with heaven. That's something that we feel more safe with usually. But as we developed our pineal center, and then we began to work on, the other upper chakras, the sixth, the fifth, and coming into the heart. And there's been a lot of focus and healing around opening our beautiful heart chakra, which is the portal or the stargate to the cosmic energies that we have. Very important because we're shifting out of into the new unity consciousness or fifth dimensional or even higher consciousnesses of, our ego, which has played a very important role in our journey, and it is our personality. But we are now shifting the ego to the back, the back of the car, and shifting into, instead of the left brain leading us, it's going to be the right brain or our connection, through the heart space, and coming into really, utilizing the full brain. And that's us also where we're going as well. And balancing the left and right, brains is a very much part of that. But a lot of us, we've been focused on really the heart chakra up, and which is very important. But these are the air energies, these are the energies of heaven. Now we're being guided because we're ready, because we've evolved and we've grown, we've lifted up the consciousness and shifted, and we're about to shift into the fourth dimensional consciousness, or even the fifth dimensional consciousness here soon, and collect more collectively. And we're now ready because Divine Mother has been returning to the planet since 2017. Now, when I say Divine Mother's returning to the planet, what I'm talking about is these very high frequencies of pure divine feminine energy that, pretty much, as we know, has been suppressed on the planet. And we've been kind of working with a very kind of almost limited supply, in a way you could say, for a long time. But now that we are sort of on a collective level and individually, we're coming into our spiritual maturity, or I like to call our spiritual adulthood, if you will. And, through the evolution of time, we've all been learning, right, in this beautiful, place, beautiful home, Earth, our home. And so now with this comes, more awareness. We've raised our awareness, our consciousness. We've brought in a lot more light and consciousness. We've raised our frequency and vibration. But now, in order for us to move out of the victim, if you want to call it the victim world, that world of third dimension, into the fifth dimensional world, you're now stepping back into fully becoming, a beautiful co-creator with Divine Mother and Divine Father. And so as this happens, well, all of this light and all of this consciousness and all of this energy that's coming in, well, where is that going? Well, it's coming through us, right? It is coming into the planet, of course. It's coming into Mother Earth's chakras. It's coming into her ley lines. However, our womb chakra is a very important piece to this. And our womb chakras are actually connected into the womb of Mother Earth, and connected into even the ley lines. It's all connected, in this huge kind of grid system around the Earth. And, very important that this is being connected into the new Earth. And you always want to make sure that in any grounding practice or your work, you're always saying you're connecting into the new Earth. So when I'm talking about the superpowers, what I'm talking about is your womb space has the ability to create form. And you're already actually doing this. You're just not doing it kind of, consciously, and maybe awareness that, the thoughts that you're thinking or focusing on, the words that you're speaking, and of course, we take physical action. But all of this information from the divine, our thoughts, and receiving divine seed thoughts from the higher divine mind of God is something that we, are wanting to more focus on. I would say, coming from your soul blueprint, which is in your 8th soul star chakra. But your I am presence is actually fully manifested for all of us inside of our womb. So it was really interesting to me and fascinating when I started to learn about this, and that your womb chakra contains your energetic I am, your divine blueprint. And so as you begin to clear your womb chakra, because this is where we're being guided to fully open the lower half of our body, because the first, second, and third chakras and the womb chakra, these are the feminine body. This is the feminine presence. And so this is where we talk about, heaven and earth, and bringing heaven and earth together, because our bodies came from Mother Earth, from, Mother Earth being our goddess mother here. And so as we begin to really, and we may have some more work to do on our first, second, and third chakras. A lot of us who maybe haven't been comfortable, as empaths and intuitives, and, for many reasons, You know, we're being asked now to fully come and embody. Now, you probably heard a lot about the word soul embodiment, you know, and how important this is, and how really the next 10 years, this is really where our work is now at. So it's really about opening up the flow. And when I'm talking about the flow, I'm talking about, you know, bringing online, you know, fully opening your pineal chakra, which is the first divine feminine center. And then the heart, the high heart, is the second divine feminine center. And then your womb is your third divine feminine center. And so our womb is really the place that, you know, it's like a container. You know, I think of it as a chalice or a container or a bowl. And it's really where we are receiving all of these energies, both from the cosmic energies above and from the earth energies below. And we want to bring all of these energies together. And as we bring those together in perfect harmony and unison, and also, most importantly, you know, one of our goals is to bring these energies into 50-50 balance. And so your feminine and your masculine, and this is very important. So, you know, using the word balance is a very key concept in all of this. And that just means you're working with the cosmic energies above, but you're also beginning to magnetize the unconditional love energy from Mother Earth below, and you're bringing these energies into the body, and you're bringing them into, you know, the heart womb, excuse me, the heart womb connection, and bringing those kind of in a cosmic infinity symbol, if you will, is the way that I see it. But you're actually literally opening up this river of divine feminine flow again. So bringing back the divine feminine flow is where you're going to really activate your divine I am blueprint within your womb. And in order to do that, we now need to go into even deeper layers of our womb and begin to completely clear a lot of ancestral. There's a lot of ancestral, you know, we talk about the patterns and the beliefs and, you know, the thoughts in our head and all of that. Well, all of that is actually being manifested through your womb. And so until you actually go in and completely, you know, cleanse and clear and purify your womb of, you know, your own personal patterns, you know, your thought patterns, your habits, your, you know, all the repressed pain. We talk about the unexpressed emotions that we talk about. Um, you know, it could be any abuse and trauma. And, you know, really, most of us have had abuse and trauma in our life, whether it's been in this lifetime or, you know, previous lifetimes. And all of these patterns, you know, we keep wondering, well, why do I keep doing that same thing over and over again? You know, we're trying to change it just from our brain space. You're not going to be successful in that if you're just trying to change it here, you know. And so it's really about we're being guided to really begin this new journey, if you will, you know, of full soul embodiment, and to going deeper into, as we clear, cleanse, and purify, you know, these deeply held traumas, I will say, and even AI technology that I've been finding, you know, it's interesting how spirit leads us to, you know, what we need to know, right? And what we need to clear. And so recently I had come across another healer on YouTube, and she was talking about the AI technology. And that wasn't something that I had been really focused in on. And then, you know, but spirit guided me to watch a lot of her videos. And then I'm like, okay. And the next thing I know, a client's showing up. And then within like the next day or two, I had a client, and, you know, sure enough, we're in her womb space, and I see this black square object, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, if I had not had that information from spirit on my previous understanding and training, I would have just cleared that as an object from the astral plane, which it was, but it was also embedded in her physical womb space. And so I was guided to, you know, completely clear that And underneath that black box, which was blocking, it was interesting, it was blocking the flow, her feminine flow through her womb, going through her root chakra. And so, we've got to open the flow all the way down the corridor from the pineal, through all the chakras, the heart, the womb. And then we've got to make sure that we're really grounded and connected into Mother Earth. And that isn't blocked either. And I've seen that where, sometimes we're not even aware that we have, we'll just say little cords and, entities there in our root chakra that are draining off that energy. They're feeding all of this feminine light. So, with all the continuing unveiling that's going on the planet, as we get deeper and deeper and everything has come into full transparency, then we're beginning to see the depth of, kind of these deeper levels of where we may have felt like, I've worked on this. I know I've worked on this, and I know I thought I cleared it, but why is it coming up again? Well, because there is either possibly AI technology block going on, and then I've seen AI consciousness, like a black consciousness that was held in the womb space. I did another client, it was a black box around his pineal. And as soon as we cleared it, he goes, oh my God, somebody just turned the light on in my head, because his entire pineal was being blocked. So, the womb is such a, it's our most vulnerable space, but it is also your superpower. And it's your superpower because as you continue to purify and clear these and cleanse these layers off that have been held there in your womb, which is like clearing your Akashic records. Your womb has been with you not only on this incarnation, and this I also found very fascinating, Alara, is that, because I would ask this question, I'm like, oh my God, how much more clearing do we have to do,
Yep.
And then it was like, oh, the guides are like, but it isn't just this lifetime. It's not just all your lifetimes on the earth. It's all your lifetimes you've had, and anywhere you've been informed, anywhere in the galaxy, in the universe. And I'm like, well, no wonder there's so much here. And then it was like, so it's like, okay, so now gotta, begin clearing that. And so, the power of a woman's womb and a man's womb is where we're going to find these superpowers. It's where we're going to be able to ignite even the siddhas that we're carrying, the siddha levels, being those gifts that that we already, psychic gifts and, gifts of levitation, gifts of telepathy, gifts of bilocation. And, we know that Mother Mary and Yeshua have these powers. And other masters, we know there's been other saints that have talked about having these powers. And well, how did they do that? They did that through the feminine energy and purifying their wombs. And that's how it was done. And so through the power of a woman's womb, she can actually resurrect life and bring life back. And this is exactly what I just recently learned this from the Divine Lineage Center in California, and through the work of Sri Kalaweshwar, who was a Indian saint. He's no longer on the planet. He lived a very short life, like 39 years. He left in 2012. But he actually came to Earth. He incarnated in Earth with a specific mission and purpose to find these very special palm leaves that were transcripts that had these beautiful angelic frequencies written on them that were called bijas. So his specific mission was to come to Earth, and I think he was like, I don't know, 20 years old. He lived in India, he was there, and he went into the mountains of India. I'm not exactly sure where, but he went into with this mission to find these palm leaf scrolls that were buried there 2,000 years ago by Mother Mary, Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, actually. And because they had been given these angelic frequencies to purposely for the purpose of clearing the womb, purifying the womb, resurrecting, the powers of the womb, and in particular, Mother Mary's powers. And so he found the scrolls, he connected with the saint on the other side. They found the scrolls. He found these scrolls. He brought them back. He studied the scrolls, and he was actually also was able to create what they call the Holy Womb Chakra of Divine Mother. And so through that work and through his work, and he wrote a beautiful book about this in 2006. And so this work is being taught ever since. But Mother Mary, when she birthed, we hear about the story of, divine conception, right? Or divine immaculate conception through the Catholic Church. Well, that really is true. And there, Mother Mary did not have any physical, sexual relations with any male or masculine energy to birth Jesus, Yeshua.
Mhm.
She brought him through the power of her pure holy womb and birthed him. And so, which demonstrates and shows us, the superpowers that the divine feminine mother has. And this is also something that really, in a sense, kind of threatens the, non-divine male energy, the shadow male energy, because the feminine energy is much more powerful in a ways, than the male energy, that she can birth life, recreate life without Shiva energy, the male energy.
Yeah.
And so, through that, when Jesus was on the cross, and of course, Jesus was a highly ascended master, as we know, and, he actually had many years of studying in India with the Hindu tradition and this tradition. And this tradition of this work goes back 7,000 years, but it was kind of kept off planet, because we weren't really ready to receive this kind of information and knowledge, back on the planet. And so a Mother Mary, after Jesus was taken down off the cross and then he was placed in the cave, and of course he was doing his own, uh, powers, he had the set of powers to keep his body and his spirit right outside of his body. And then when they closed the cave up, Mother Mary was there all night long speaking these very holy chants of the Bijas to resurrect his womb. And so that is how he was resurrected back to life. And, the other interesting thing is that Mother Mary, I think that the role of Mother Mary over, this next 2,000 year period is going to become very, very pronounced, with the return of the mother, because that was her last incarnation. And she held 100% pure womb, pure. And so because of that, when she left her body in 2,000 years ago, she ascended back into divine Sophia Mother. She went back and completely, absorbed back into that. Of course, she's still with us, but that just gives you the idea of the type of power that we are being gifted back, for those of us who, become ready, we become pure enough. And it isn't something like, it's not necessarily an overnight process. I mean, we're all, on our own individual journey. However, as if you choose this, if you choose to do this, because, we're being really liberated now from the lower astral planes, and being, given back really our ability to really exercise our own free will. And of course, a lot of us are wanting to, reach our full potential and create these beautiful, creations, whatever it is for you that you have to bring forth from your own, blueprint, and to really return and embody our I am presence in this physical body, which is the full, ascension process. So, the way you can do this is just, through intention. You can begin with really some simple practices of creating a clear intention that you want to begin to, reconnect with your womb, reconnect with the wisdom and the truth of your womb, and you want to, take this deeper journey, because this is how, we are going to bring back, or we are going to recreate the new world, the new earth vibration, and everything that will come into that new earth vibration will have to come in on the vibration of, divine, I could say divine love or unconditional love. Now you may be thinking, wow, how can I, because that was what our wombs were originally in the original divine template of the human. A woman's womb is meant to carry on the energetic level, that frequency of unconditional love. And that is what we are, now being asked to, to rise up to the occasion and to begin this new journey of, to this new place of purifying our wombs and reclaiming our holy wombs, because it is the most vulnerable, but yet the most powerful place. And we are already really creating, from that space. It's just we're now becoming more conscious. And as we embody more of this divine feminine energy, then you're going to be able to come back into balance with your male energy, bring back in your divine male energy, and begin to really create what you really want to create here on the new earth. Yeah. Fun. We got, just so many, I mean, the miracles that, they talked about, Alara, the miracles of the masters, and even Jesus and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, this is how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
The miracles were being performed through their womb chakra. And, of course, there's, more to this, getting into, really clearing the entire feminine, female, reproductive system, and going into the yoni and opening the 7 gates of the yoni. We're not going quite that deep today, but, this is what we're being guided to do now. And, I don't know if you've seen, but now there's just like an explosion of all of this womb work coming out, and it all coming up now, right? It's like, I think I've been talking about this for 2 years and my own journey. And, this is just amazing. I mean, the miracles that we are going to see, and the new creations that people are going to birth in their lives are going to be miraculous.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love it. And the thing is, this is something that we all have access to. Like, we all can access our womb chakra. We can all start working with our womb chakra to clear it, heal it, even be aware of it. That's the first step. And like, how many of us who are on this call or listening somewhere sometime later, how many of you even know that you have a womb chakra? Not the sacral chakra, not the solar plexus chakra, but a womb chakra, right? So, I think a lot of this content and the stuff that we're talking about today is new to people. It's not something that they know about, or maybe they've heard a little bit about it, but they have no idea what it truly involves, right? And especially the healing or clearing work to awaken our womb chakra, so that we can be more soul embodied, just more embodied, period, right? It is, I don't know, it's like this is brand new territory for a lot of people.
It is.
Right?
It totally brand new, because it was more or less suppressed, for many thousands of years, because, we talk about the sacred, codes of light, and those sacred codes of light that we talk about that were held by, the sisters of the rose, the brothers of the rose, those were held and very close to the heart, because it wasn't ready for those to come out, because, they needed to be, we needed to be in a high enough consciousness that we could, hold sacred space and hold sacred boundaries around these. And that's very much part of the womb work is, and something I've been noticing on my own journey is, my womb, she guides me. She's been guiding me for a long time, even though I wasn't really always aware of that consciously, but she's always guiding us and taking us on a journey. And she wants to take you on a journey of fully awakening and remembering, and she does have a lot to share with you for, whether you're a man or a woman. And You know, but I've experienced in my own work and even in a client session that the thing about the womb is that when you ignite her, okay, I'll use the word ignite as the best word I can describe it. And this happened a couple times already, is it was like all your chakras, your whole chakra system just becomes a pillar of light and everything just gets ignited. And then you're like, whoa, your energy field just goes like this. And that is what we want. This is what we want because this is what you want to do. You want to come into holding, you know, more of your light in your consciousness, right?
Yeah.
And you want to hold as much of that as you can, you know. And of course, we know that we've, you know, our light and consciousness have been covered up by, you know, dust, by these layers and layers of you know, repressed emotions and pain and you know, now we even know that AI technology. Why was the AI technology there? Well, I think it's down the rabbit hole a bit, but you know, it looks like we took in this AI technology to sort of fill us or plug in the holes that we felt incomplete, that we felt a void within us because our heart was maybe shut down. And so we took in this consciousness. It's sort of like, oh, I'll bring that in, you know, because I feel this void in me and I need to fill it with something, you know, and so I'll just fill it with that.
Right.
Not even consciously even knowing that really. And, you know, coming into this plane and into this earth and the duality and the polarity. And, you know, we kind of agreed to participate, right, when we came in into this experiment. But now it's time to reclaim your light in your consciousness. So that means everything that's in your body, you know, anything at all where you have, you know, we talk a lot about it could be anything from cords, you know, to agreements, to contracts, to hooks, to all these astral objects I see in people, you know, to, you know, whatever. All of that has to go.
Yeah.
All of that has to be cleared and purified and cleansed, you know, out of you. And your womb chakra is there. She's the powerhouse. She's there to tell you where it is in your body, to bring it up, you know, the memories, to bring it up so that you can clearly see it, and then you can clear it and you can let it go. Um, so this is the deep journey that we're on, because when you know, when I look at the womb chakra, it's interesting. And you may see it initially, like however you see it, you know, is fine. But what I've seen um, in my own visuals and client session is, you know, it's like multi-layered. It's almost kind of like a vortex energy. And it just, you know, it moves really, really deep. And it's almost, you can think of it like that, you know, canal, like, you know, a lot of people talk about near-death experiences and they're going through the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, they're going through the tunnel when they're coming in. Well, that tunnel is your womb chakra. That's your womb chakra. So you're coming in, and when you exit, you're exiting out through that portal, through the womb chakra with your soul's essence and exiting out toward the light. So you can think of it as your womb chakra is a direct portal, you know, between worlds. You know, it's like a bridge between worlds, similar to the heart. But, you know, it's creating everything that you're thinking, consciously or not. But as you become more conscious and you bring in more light, you know, and you even bring back your other soul aspects, you know, and your fragmented light, you know, back into the body, and you in particular focus on bringing in more divine feminine flow, because that's the key.
Yeah.
You want to, as you know, heal your heart, open your heart as much as possible, and just simply, you know, start making an intention, because we're all sons and daughters of Divine Mother Sophia. We're all here to be, you know, a voice for her. We all came in with a particular mission, you know, we know this. And so, you know, we want to really begin to reconnect with that holy space. That is a holy space, meaning whole and precious and sacred. and begin to just open up to those, higher way of being, if you will, a higher walk, a more conscious way of looking at ourselves and beginning to honor and respect our wombs, because, she's there or he's there to share with you a story,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and, once you begin to engage in this way and just, it doesn't, you can start really with simple way. A simple way is starting with a clear intention of your own words that you want to begin to connect in to opening up that flow between your pineal, your high heart, and your womb again, because you have a heart in your womb center. And I really have come to understand or believe that that's really what's considered called the Nadu Bindu point in the Hindu religion. And the Nadu Bindu point is the male energy. It
Mhm.
is the frequency, and it is where it's like the seed within your womb of where everything was, birthed out, through that divine seed of your I am blueprint. So as you continue to do that, and then just keeping a womb journal, because journals are a really great way to reflect and just, begin to dialogue with your womb and begin to invite her, to share her wisdom, share her story. And another way you can do it that I find it's really useful is just bringing your hands down and just simply placing your hands, right below the belly button, because this will draw the energy down.
Mhm.
And this is what we want to do. We want to draw the energy flow all the way down and begin to connect the feminine body, with the masculine body, and bring the two online in balance again. So just simply by the act of placing your hands here
Mhm.
and bringing your energy there. It's interesting. If you look at photos of African women, you'll notice they used to wear what I think they call them waist beads or something like that. And you can still get them.
Mhm.
And you would see them, wearing all these waist beads. Well, why were they wearing those? They were wearing those because it was keeping their attention and their focus on their womb center. And it was creating a habit of entraining the energy to continue to flow down. And this is what we have not been taught. You know, it's, and, the other part of this is that, oh, if you don't feel grounded enough in the body, and, how many of us have struggled to be grounded? I certainly have struggled with being
Yeah.
grounded in my body for a
Same.
long time, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Only in the last few years have I been able to clear enough fear and, brought in enough light that I'm now beginning to really feel grounded in my body, to feel safe in my body. And so as you work with your womb, she will begin to work with you in a partnership to begin to show you even any traumas that you're holding there, or events that you can, she'll bring them up when you're ready, and then you can clear those together. And as you clear those traumas and those, um, you will begin to feel safe.
Mhm.
And, I had a very powerful experience, about 3 or 4 weeks ago now in my practice. And she took me to a couple lifetimes, I don't know, in the mid several hundred years ago, whenever. And, they were very traumatic experiences, of my womb.
Mhm.
I won't
Mhm.
go into details of what happened, but, it was sort of like torture. It wasn't sexual torture, but it was not a nice thing. And, I called in Mother Mary and my guides, and I used my breath to breathe through it. And, you know, once I was able to just witness it, right? So we're not really truly reliving these things. You're just allowing, and honoring for a traumatic experience that you may have had in a previous life. And we've all had them to come to the surface.
Mhm.
You stay in your breath, you stay in the witness observer, and you just honor that. And then as you do, that energy comes up and dissipates. And then I use the practice of intention. So
Mhm.
setting clear intention is the first part of that tool. And then the second part is through your breath. And, if we have time today, I'll take us through that healing meditation. And then you use the power of your breath, breathing in what I call liquid light.
Mhm.
Now, depending on your belief system, you could just use light if you want, and you can ask for the frequency of the light that is the most high healing for you. Or, you know, if you work with the angelic realm, you know, you might say celestial light. That's fine. Just do whatever you're comfortable with within your belief system. And then you bring in, as you're breathing in the liquid light, the clearing light of this very high frequency to clear and cleanse this out. So using intention, using the healing light through your breath, and then, you know, even moving your body can be, you know, helpful.
Mhm.
Just moving the body, even physical touch can be, you know, helpful. Like you know, one of the things I kind of intuitively knew, but I really felt is our bodies are, you know, can be really shut down in places that we're not aware. You know, we focus a lot on the chakras, which we need to, but we also need to be focusing on the other parts of our bodies, you know, like um, I'm pointing here because I realized that there were these places here that I had blockages in here that were still, as this flow, this feminine flow opens, you know, then I need this flow to eventually come throughout every cell in my body
Mhm.
for
Right.
full soul embodiment, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, as you do this simple, but it's a very powerful exercise you can do at home, then you can also ask your womb to guide you where those blockages are, and to release those blockages and to fill those blockages with, you know, if you want to say your own soul light, you know, your own essence, your own authentic, you know, energy blueprint. um then, you know, that's what will happen. That's what you'll do. And, you know, so just beginning this powerful practice, it's a very powerful practice to begin to do this, and taking the time for it, and just beginning to do even other practices like yoga can be helpful, tai chi can be helpful. um, you know, going out walking barefoot can be helpful, because honestly, us walking around with our shoes on, that keeps us disconnected from Mother Earth every single day. And, you know, because most of the shoes have rubber bottoms. Now, if you have shoes that have leather, you know, then okay, cool. But, you know, we all probably need to be out walking on Mother Earth, you know, in our bare feet for at least a couple times a week. You know, this helps you to connect your body Deva to Mother Earth too. And it's through your body Deva, you know, she's the other key and the other part of this. She's the one that brings the manifestation to you on the earth plane. So, um, you know, helping her to, and you know, she works through the emotional, right, through the emotional body, and that's where we bring in the heart, of course, and clearing and healing the emotional body and the heart. But all of this, the mental healing, you know, all layers, the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, the etheric, all of this is all, you know, part of the womb chakra. And everything that you've experienced that is still there, that needs to be unveiled, released, it needs to come up and out. It's just a simple way of putting it. And, you know, this is where we have our creative potential. This is where we have a boundless, wild, feminine energy. And, you know, it's like, it's not anything to be afraid of, really. It's something to be cherished. It's something that we're ready for. And so just know that, you know, as you continue to do these new clearings and you begin to reconnect with your feminine body
Mhm.
and Mother Earth, that, you know, don't go into worrying about, oh my gosh, I'm going to recreate something that's going to be, you know, harmful, because you won't. You know, you're too evolved now to do that. You're here on behalf of Divine Mother, and we're not going backwards, you know, in
Mhm.
that sense. So, you know, this is where you can really turn on the full manifestation powers to co-create, you know, what you're here to co-create. And it's through the keys of reconnecting with that divine feminine flow, working with that divine feminine flow. And as you do that through the heart chakra, which brings, you know, unconditional love, then unconditional love is what, in the grace of I call the grace of Divine Mother, this is what's going to heal our world.
Mm-hmm.
And as you clear your womb chakra, you'll begin to sense, and this is, you know, what I sensed, you begin to feel more safe in your body as you clear these fears, you know, these traumas, AI technology, whatever it is, and you begin to re-inhabit fully into your body. Then you will begin to say, okay, I feel more present, I feel more calm, I feel more centered.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to feel more balanced. You begin to feel a new sense of freedom, actually, is what I've felt. Like, I don't know, it's like a freedom that I think we're all thirsty for, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
the more that you just get a sense of that fragrance, that sweet fragrance that I call, you know, of this freedom, that Divine Mother's here to liberate us. She is here to liberate you.
Mm.
And this is how we are being liberated on the planet, is through love. And as we, you know, purify the wombs of all the wars, you know, all the conditioning from the schools, the politics, the religions, all of it, it's all got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're becoming a clean slate. And then through that clean slate, you will vibrate through your womb tremendous superpowers of joy and happiness and playfulness, and just feeling free and liberated. And that will just radiate through you, you know, and people will be like, oh my God, what's up with her? You know,
Yeah.
what's going on with her? I want some of that. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
all you ever did, is just do your own personal healing. And, you know, that would be a huge gift to this world. And you'll be contributing to
Mm-hmm.
creating what I call the new womb of the world, because that's really what we're doing.
Wow, beautiful. Oh my goodness. There's so much that I want to ask you about, and so like there's just wow, amazing. Amazing knowledge, amazing new concepts, right? Amazing new processes. And you know, the thing is like when you're starting to do this womb work, and really it's not really womb work per se, it is about working on yourself, you know, clearing what no longer serves you, clearing all those things that have been there for so long, all the stories and all the events, etc., that have been there for so long, right?
Yes.
It's like when we start to clear all that, it's like we're being reborn, right? We're being reborn, we're being like polished, you know, polished and shining again as our radiant selves that we are. Right now our radiant self is a little bit blocked or hidden away because of all that stuff, right? But it's all there, so it's not like we aren't that, we are that, but it's just, you know, a lot of coverings on it. And so when you start to do this work, I love how he said that, you know, at the beginning, it just starts with intention, right? It's your intention to clear, it's your intention to connect with your womb chakra, it's your intention to connect with the Divine Mother, etc., right? It's your intention first. So what is your intention? So for those of you who are here live on Zoom, if you have any questions for Laura, you can either raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. And today, I mean, I'm sure you all have questions about what Laura just shared with us. So I want to keep it a little bit more specific to that. But of course, Laura is also very intuitive and she can handle all sorts of wonderful things. But if you have questions about this, about what we just talked about the womb chakra, about anything to do with you being your sovereign self, you know, etc., and being in your power and manifesting your best lives, yeah, raise your hand or type your question in the chat. Okay. So there's a question from Caroline or Carolyn, I'm not sure which one. And one second, iPhone. And she's asking, how far is Laura booking personal sessions?
How far? How soon?
How far ahead are you? Like are you booking into December, January, or are you booking into November, that kind of thing?
Oh, I think I still have some space in November.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there
Yeah.
you go. So some in November, and then of course moving forward in December, January, etc.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Awesome. Good. Thank you. All right,
Mm-hmm.
iPhone, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, is it me, iPhone?
Yeah, it is. Hi.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
I'm Evelyn. Thank you so much for taking my question.
Sure. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi. So I experienced a lot of trauma in my womb when I was younger, and I made a choice to have my tubes tied when I was 30, and now I'm almost 40, and I live with a lot of pain about this decision. I'm now happily married and would love nothing more than to be able to be a mother. Is that something that can be healed, or is it just it physically is what it is and you just emotionally get over that trauma? That's my question.
Yeah, wonderful question. Well, first of all, we can definitely go in there and clear the trauma on the energetic level, the emotional level, and all of those levels. We can definitely clear that trauma. And the guides are even saying there is a potential for that to be undone. Potentially, it could be done. I mean, you would have to go have a physical, process done, right? You'd have to have that physical piece done at the hospital outpatient center. But you can definitely clear the trauma and clear of all of those levels of that. Absolutely. And as you're doing that, they're showing me where you're going to be able to release more. You're going to be able to embody more of your light in your consciousness, which is going to bring you into a shift of, you know, being able to birth and create. Now, it sounded like you really are interested in bringing forth a baby. And
Yes.
again, right? Okay. So, I mean, I can't say 100%, but what I can say is you can clear the trauma absolutely on the energetic level, the emotional level, the etheric and the spiritual, which is going to then drive up your potential for that energetic, physical level reversal to be done and give you the opportunity to. I mean, I've heard that that can be done. I mean, I know that can be done as a potential possibility. So,
Thank you
that,
so much.
you're
Yes, ma'am.
welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for your question. Sending you much love.
Awesome.
You
Thank you,
know,
iPhone.
and I believe in miracles, and I believe this is how we're going to manifest miracles, and I truly believe that. And the the teacher that in who works with the Divine Lineage Center, she shared a story where she had a cyst
Mhm.
they found in her womb, and I guess it was like, or it was on her ovary. It was, in the LPN nurse palpitated, goes, "Oh yeah, you definitely got it. It's about 4 centimeters or whatever." And she was doing the womb work. Now she was doing a little bit different. She was doing chants, chanting and using some of these processes I talked about. And she went to the doctor to do an MRI, and they did the MRI, and then the doctor came in, with the report, and he goes, "Well, why are you here?" And she goes, "Well, I was told I have this, little cyst or whatever on," and he goes, "You have nothing there.
Mhm.
There's nothing there." So she attributes that there was a miracle,
Mhm.
for her through doing the womb work. Now, and that was the womb work through using these chants and bijas through the Divine Lineage Center.
Mhm.
But this is the power of the womb that is going to be opening up to all of us. So, whatever trauma you've been through, physical, emotional, mental, I believe it can all be reversed.
Yeah.
And there are even specific chants that are being used for divine immaculate, not for divine immaculate conception, but for conceptions that
Mhm.
can be done while the baby is in the mother's womb to help that baby to come through and come into this world, with that frequency of unconditional love that can be
Mhm.
purified while they're in the mother's womb.
Mhm.
And there are specific processes for that that can bring that baby in and retain, its true soul essence. Because even through the birthing process, we start to experience trauma, right?
Sure.
Through
Yeah.
the environment, we know that. Um, so, yeah, I'll pray for you, Emily, that that is undone for you, and that you can bring forth a beautiful child if that's your intention. And I certainly believe it's totally possible.
Beautiful. Thank you. Bianca says, I got here late. Is the womb chakra connected to receiving?
Absolutely. Your womb chakra is the receiver of the energies. It's absolutely the container and the receiver for the energies. But what we need to understand is that it's the masculine energy that kind of directs where it goes into form and how the energy is taken and then created. And that's how we see, these imbalances that have come in that we're living in now, because the male energy and the female energy, I mean, there's distorted feminine energies, there's distorted masculine energies, but because we've been living from primarily the left brain. I'm not trying to beat up the left brain, because it has its place. But, because we haven't been in imbalance between our left and right brain, the feminine and the masculine, then, and because of these energies of distortion that we've been carrying from, generation to generation through the ancestral lines, and because of the limiting belief patterns, all of this stuff, this is all overlaying in the energy imprints in your womb. And so when this energy is coming through, then it's being, redirected. So let's say, for example, maybe you have a addiction of, I don't know, I'm just making this up. Maybe you have addiction to drinking, and you're like, well, why can't I stop it? I've done all these things, and why can't I just stop that? I want to stop it, mentally, I want to stop it. I set an intention to stop it, and I do these things. Well, until you clear that from your womb, it's going to continue to manifest. And the other piece of this is important to understand is that along with the belief that's holding it there, or the story, underlying that is the trauma. And we've got to get and clear the trauma that's holding that pattern and belief inside. We've got to dig down really deep and release it. In that one sample of the one client I had, where she had the black box in her womb that was blocking her flow into the root chakra, so she couldn't manifest what she wanted completely. There was also embedded frequencies that were embedded into her womb, and it was interesting. I saw them as musical notes coming out, but they weren't the right musical notes sound. They were not the right frequency, because our DNA has been altered. We know that. And the DNA has received false imprints of frequencies that are not the highest divine order. They're not part of our original Christos Sophia 12-strand, Christ consciousness template. And those were in her womb. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we had to take that out, because those frequencies were communicating inside of her womb, a sort of a frequency of confusion is the best way I could describe it, keeping her in some confusion. And also these imprints have, distorted our natural, relations between feminine and masculine. They've distorted those frequencies, and no wonder we're like, why have our relationships fallen apart so much? Why is there so much divorce? When you think about that, because these frequencies, these natural frequencies of where the feminine brings through the love, brings the feminine flow through the heart and unconditional love. And then the male energy is supposed to come in, and he's supposed to be the one to create the structure for the flow, the feminine flow to come through and create. He's supposed to hold that frequency of love through the structure, and he's supposed to be her protector. And he's supposed to be there equally with her. This is about an equal 50-50 balance. And that would be a harmonious, relationship. And of course, we are seeing the return of that. I think the return of that really, I call them fifth dimensional relationships, are coming through those. I don't know that I would call it twin flame, but I would call it more twin souls.
Yeah.
And so, I've been seeing where people are getting in touch with their twin souls. Now, they may not physically be in contact with them on the physical plane, but they're actually working together in the etheric. And as they reunite with their twin half of their twin soul, you know, this is another kind of part of this whole equation of being able to bring through these very powerful, you know, higher frequency energies as well.
Hmm.
But our wombs have to be cleared and purified as much as possible so that we're not recreating the old patterns and we now have a clean slate to create the new.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So so Rihanna, I'm gonna ask the question, but I'll tell you right now, we all have blockages in every single one of our chakras, including our womb chakra. So yes, that might be limiting you in some way, for sure. So, you know, ask something specific, because it's not like Laura's going to go in and see your womb chakra and tell you all the blockages that are there. Okay. So ask something specific. Liga, I always wonder if I'm saying your name right, Liga. I have no idea. So please let me know. Do I need to do something special in reclaiming my womb? I think if I had a hysterectomy when I was 20, I'm 50 years old. Sounds like you just partly answered this question. Yeah. Is there anything else she needs to do?
Yeah, good question. I would go in, if you've had a hysterectomy, that is a trauma in itself. So anytime, you know, we've had a hysterectomy or, you know, we've had any kind of like physical surgery, yes, I would definitely go in and I would definitely do some healing work on the energetic, again, on the energy level, the physical level, which is the energy level, with the emotional body, you know, with the mental, all of the bodies. And I would definitely do a clearing and a healing on that, because that is going to then restore, you know, even though you had the hysterectomy, you still have that organ in the etheric, you know, the body double.
Yeah.
And so you can fully have the power of your womb fully restored as if it was in the physical to be used in your ability to create. And so it's a really good question. So if you've had any surgeries, you know, where you had your ovaries removed or, you know, anything at all, even your cervix, your vagina, any of those where you had the physical removal, you can still fully work with those on the etheric. But just, you know, you want to do the healing work around and clear the trauma that would have happened with the surgery, because more than likely it's still there.
What about like a C-section or C-section, D&C, or an abortion? Like all of those things are traumatic.
All of those things, all of those abortions, miscarriages, you want to clear and heal the emotional wounds in particular for those, C-section as well, because those are all like, you know, those are like shocks to our system, especially not only to the body diva, but also to our heart.
Right.
And so it is really important to clear all of those. If you've had cancer or any, you know, cyst or polyps, I mean, that all is part of the healing process. It's sort of like part of it healing you as well. But you do want to go back and want to make sure that you've cleared all that and bring your womb space back into that pure frequency of unconditional love. You know, that's the key, because the feminine energy. So I did want to mention this before I forget. Because the feminine energy has been suppressed. So think about this, because it's been suppressed and it's been limited, right? Coming through us again. This is what impacts your ability to create what you want to create. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if you have not been able to manifest prosperity in your life, okay, or, you know, abundance is joy, and, you know, of course your womb is there to, you know, she's supposed to be, I mean, she's part of your joy factor, of course, and your happiness, but she's also there to magnify those resources and people, okay, in the prosperity that you're looking for. The key to that is to bring more of your feminine flow through your body And then you will be able to then turn on more of that magnetic energy quality, which comes up from Mother Earth into the body diva to manifest what you're here to manifest. You know, so this is part of the important part of the equation, because every day we're bombarded by a lot of electricity. Okay. In our world is, you know, we talk about from the EMF to the cell phone to, you know, the electricity in your home. So that's where going out and even grounding with Mother Earth can reset your natural biosphere of electrons, and electrons and protons. So all this EMF stuff is just bombarding your energy field with protons. And that gets us out of balance. And that is impacting everything in us, including our womb space. And so, you know, just doing that, you know, a couple times a week will help you. And that's where really walking without shoes or just grounding and just resetting all of that, you know, can really be a simple but a powerful process.
Beautiful. Thank you. There's other things so Caroline, Carolyn, I'm not sure which one. Give me a minute. Pat, you were up next. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you want.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Laura, for your wonderful information. I had my ovaries removed, yes, as you were speaking. And I guess there could be a blockage or something in my womb.
Is there a question, Pat?
I guess I was going to ask if I had a blockage in my womb, you know.
I don't see a blockage, but what I do see is a little bit of residue from that experience. And so the guides are actually bringing in some golden light.
Oh, good.
Because your womb center, you can think of your womb center. This is another thing you can do as a practice. Think of your womb center and your ovaries like as a golden sun, a feminine, you know, blazing golden sun, you know, bright yellow, and, you know, and just begin to, with your intention, to send out that blazing light, you know, through your ovaries, through your womb, through all of your, you know, feminine center, you know, or if you're a man, you know, the same thing through your womb, through your male reproductive center, and begin to just have an intention to clear all of that, to clear the trauma, you know, clear it all away, and that you are reclaiming your divine sovereign self. So we talk about reclaiming our divine sovereign self. Reclaim it in your womb space.
Okay.
Not just here, and we do here, but in your womb. In your womb. And ground. You need to ground, Pat. Okay.
I try to. I take walks out in nature and ground, you know, with Mother Earth. Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. So Caroline was wanting to ask a question about manifesting prosperity. Go ahead, Caroline or Carolyn. That is Caroline.
I have two names now.
I know, right? It's like you're always changing your name on me, and it's like I don't know if it's you or somebody else.
It's all my personalities. All my guides. Okay, so something comes up for me every time someone says what you just kind of mentioned with if you can't manifest prosperity. So is there a difference between, because I have had a job for over 30 some odd years. So to me, that's prosperity, and I've kept it, and it's been ongoing. And I also manifest clients on the side and other healing programs. And so that's prosperity. But I still and I still can't seem to manifest over and above that. For example, you know, let's say something breaks down in the house, costs $20,000. I can't manifest that extra. It seems that I can only manifest prosperity based on my job and my clients, but nothing above that, just like that just comes into my life just because I asked. So what's the difference here in manifesting prosperity?
Yep, great question. So the guides are showing me actually that your solar plexus is out of balance between your masculine and feminine and standing in your own power. So that's going to be part of the equation, is to really work on your solar plexus chakra a bit more and begin to bring that into balance, your power, okay, between your feminine and your masculine, and between, you know, the swings of being, you know, overly like aggression to being like a doormat, whatever, and to bring that more into balance is part of the key for you to be able to generate more of that prosperity. See if they're giving me anything else. But again, it looks like your flow. I mean, there is energy getting, you know, true prosperity is just based on us being who we are. That's the way it's supposed to be. However, that isn't the way it has been. And a lot of times, you know, as healers and intuitives, we tend to overgive. And that is, you've got to start to pull back from overgiving, and you've got to start to open up your womb to receive more. So you've got to start to focusing on being more of receiving abundance and prosperity. And that's just a really not an easy task for us as healers, as intuitives, because we're so used to giving out energy and light. And in fact, that is how we survived on this planet, to be quite honest with you. Because if you look out there right now and you see the level of, you know, the words like gaslighting and all this stuff and narcissism, why has narcissism become so rampant in the last 20 years, and sociopath? Well, it's all coming up because we didn't know, because we were the ones that were gaslit. And we didn't know. And if you just start to look, Caroline, at, you know, look at the cycle of giving, and what the guides are giving me is that just focus on receiving, and even bringing your hands to your womb and just sitting with your womb and making a clear intention. I'm ready to receive more prosperity. I don't want to work this hard anymore. I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to be with my grandchildren. I'm ready to create the dreams. We've got to take it. We have to take back the power, literally. And we have to tell these forces that have been feeding on our light, literally feeding through our body on our light. And we have to begin to say, I am ready to be a sovereign divine being. I'm ready to be fully responsible for me, but not for anybody else's stuff. And I'm fully ready and open and ready to receive what's mine to receive. And just sit with your womb and also have a dialogue with her, and then look at everything in your life, and maybe create like a little map or of looking where you're overgiving, because I'm telling you, you're overgiving in certain places. You're not even aware you're overgiving, because it was what we were conditioned to do, including our wombs. Because there's been so much trauma, there's been so much abuse, there's been so much of where we had to give out our light just to survive these childhoods and these incarnations. And you'll have to look at, where do I not feel safe in saying no to that? And where do you can start to do some inner work about, I'm ready just to receive. And you got to tell the universe, you've got to tell the universe that I'm ready. I am so ready, and I want it now.
You know how often I say that? Maybe I just need more clearing. I don't know, but yes, that's part of my daily ritual. To say everything that you just mentioned is everything that I already do, and so I'm
can I just say, there's one thing to say it, but what is the energy behind it? And I want you to go back and listen to what Laura said and write it down, and then see for yourself, are you actually saying that, or are you saying something else? And what is your intention behind what you're saying? And this is not just for Caroline, it's for everybody. Okay?
Yeah, if I could also, one other suggestion is that on my YouTube channel, if you go through my YouTube channels. I did a very powerful YouTube just on taking back your power, your I am sovereignty. And we went through many statements of reclaiming it back, because we don't realize how far our light has gone out. We don't realize where our light has been so fractured and scattered. If you go back through that divine sovereign I am process and begin to just reclaim your light, reclaim it too, is part of this equation. And it started at the moment of our birth. And when you were heel pricked for that blood to go on your birth certificate, your soul went out of your body. That's how soon it starts. And we have to begin to say no. That, and I've been saying this recently, and it's been very powerful shift. I do not consent to giving away my light, my consciousness, or my energy to any person, organization, artificial intelligence. I don't care what it is. I do not consent for it to be sold or used or enslavement or whatever. No, we have to start saying that out loud every single day, because part of the equation is we have to recall back our soul power in our light into our body. Because again, it's all about how much are you embodying in your physical body.
I saw your post. I do not consent.
Yeah,
too.
did you see that?
I saw it too.
Yeah, and I wrote it out for myself, and it's in my bedroom. So
Good.
I say it a couple
Good.
times a day, and as soon as I think about something, and no, I do not consent to that. No. So a personal, if I have, can I get another minute, Laura? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. A personal session along with all this work, a personal session obviously would help, because it's just for me, and you guide me through the energy, and so yeah. So when I just got my answer, so yeah. So
Okay, sweetheart.
So Caroline, give me till the end of the show, because Laura, I need the Dropbox information, blah 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 stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Give me till the end of the show,
okay.
Caroline.
I wanted to mention one more thing. The last time I worked with Laura through the, I can't remember what the program was. It was something of the rose. But anyways, through I started writing light language. So I've been speaking light language for a while, and healer and all that. But I started writing light language. So yeah, I'll send you a little.
Oh,
picture.
good. Yeah. That was from when we did the program with Laura a couple of months ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, good. Yay.
Amazing. Yeah.
Good.
So
Send it to us. Yeah, and you sent me something on Facebook Messenger, a video, but I wasn't sure, because it's like I don't click on something unless I know what it is.
On that video,
okay,
so don't
good.
open that one.
Okay, good. I'm glad
Good
I didn't.
to see you, Caroline.
Love, my beauty.
Lots of love to you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iona had a question. When we clear the womb traumas, do we clear also at the ancestral level, or just this lifetime? I think ancestral, which is what you said before, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I would just put in your intention statement that you want to clear your womb chakra on all levels for all lifetimes. You want to clear the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual. You want to clear it for all lifetimes. You want to clear it through your ancestry, for your ancestors, and you want to clear all your lifetimes. And you can run a golden shaft of light along the timeline. That's how I see it, running all the way back to your soul's inception, and just sending that all the way through the line.
Beautiful.
And earlier, Alara, when you were talking, I forgot to say Mary Magdalene had dropped in, and she said, and she was showing me the diamond inside of our wombs. And so as we purify the womb, that, the diamond frequencies that we hold through our heart, those will begin to radiate out those diamond frequencies through the womb for, helping for creating at the highest levels of purity of heart and through innocence. And, because the energy of this is pure creation. It's pure benevolent beauty, love, whatever your word is. And as we restore the womb and the powers of the womb and purify, and then, we have, intimate, relations with our partner, if it's male and female, then you know, we can bring forth the sacred union through the sacred sex again and begin to birth these babies back in the frequency of unconditional love.
Mhm.
Because at the moment the egg and the sperm meet, that's where everything downloads at that point. So we want to I actually go all the way to the point of conception, and that's where we can begin to really change the frequency right at the birth. So everyone is having divine births,
Mhm.
you know, and bringing through, you know, these the new human, I guess. I don't know what,
Mhm.
you know.
Beautiful. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So I know that we're going to do an activation later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we're going to, or I don't know if we're doing one or we talked about it. We definitely talked about it.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to just take a moment and talk about the special offer
Yes.
that you have for us this time, Laura. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are on the phone or otherwise, you can go to alara.at/show/Laura11. Oh,
Yeah, let me bring that up.
okay, 1 second. So there's 2 packages, package A and package B.
Mm-hmm.
So package A includes 5 pre-recorded live circles, right?
Correct.
Group
Yeah.
healing prayer support circles.
Right. When I use circles instead of classes or courses, my new word is circles.
Yeah, as well as like 4 bonuses. And then package B is all of that plus a personal session, a 60-minute personal session with Laura.
Right. So this class that I created and I did back in, I guess, September live, and so they are pre-recorded, 90 minutes, some were 2 hours, and taking you through, you know, getting you started on the beginning of your womb healing and clearing and womb resurrection journey. I'll call her womb resurrecting. And so these are kind of like what we go over. So learning to align with those divine feminine celestial flow, you know, beginning to activate and bring into alignment those 3 divine feminine centers, you know, learning how to connect with your Holy Womb Chakra and clearly hear her voice and wisdom and guidance, and learning how to connect with her to start to releasing these, you know, deeply held layers of pain and trauma and emotions. And then opening the golden gateway to your greatest avatar powers. So this is how you're going to bring forth, you know, your avatar, your, you know, avatar, your angelic, whatever your word is, of full soul embodiment on the earth. You know, this is how it's going to be done to bring forth those beautiful manifestations that you're here to bring forth and meant to birth into the new reality. And then there's also an inner child meditation, because that's really important as part of this work, having a good relationship with the inner child. And then there's also a shamanic drumming audio meditation. There's a grounded soul embodiment practice. And then I also included the fasting detox kit. The reason I'm including that is because also doing fast detox also will help to clear your womb as well. And so it is really key to listening to what kind of foods, you know, she wants, you know, for you to have, and to help with that, increasing the vibration. What else can I say? I also included on here, Alara, I don't know if I gave it to you, but another bonus is I'm doing a special live event on December 20th. Okay.
Yeah, Victory at the Light with Mother Mary, Jesus, and Mary Magdalene.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, you know, for those who feel called to do a divine feminine womb activation session with me, and we will, you know, dive into your womb and, you know, do an activation, a clearing, a healing, and, you know, bring forth what, you know, your wisdom and your own intuition. And, you know, that's the other thing too that we're being led to, is that our womb is our most powerful intuitive center. So yes, we have intuitive powers through the pineal, we have intuitive powers through the heart, but we also have, you know, our strongest center for us is reviving our, Holy Womb Chakra intuition and wisdom, because she's got, all your truth, all your wisdom, all your powers, all your gifts are held there. And the more that you embody this feminine flow and activate it, and embody more light and feel safer and more grounded into the earth, the more powerful you're going to become on this planet. And, even if you're a healer, and, this also will actually help you to empower your healing abilities. Now that work or that information came through the Divine Lineage Center through Sri Kalaweshwar, that reconnecting with the Holy Womb of Divine Sophia and doing those chants and yantras and that type of techniques will help you to increase your own healing ability to help others. And there was another practice I'll mention that comes from the Divine Lineage Center, and that is the practice of connecting with your mother's womb. So what you can do is, I don't know if you can see my altar back there. I have a picture of my mother on my altar, and 21 to 41 days, you could do 21 days or 41 days. You get a picture of your mother where you can see her eyes. Now, it doesn't matter if your mother's alive or deceased, you can still do this practice. Place a picture of her on the altar and look into her eyes and send her love to her in her womb. Ask for forgiveness, forgive her, ask her for forgiveness from her, and have this heart-to-heart exchange until you feel your heart open. This will begin to heal not only your womb, but your ancestral, and it will heal your whole lineage by doing this powerful practice. So beginning to just, because that's sending unconditional love, to your mother's womb where you were conceived, where you were birthed through her womb. And so it's a very powerful practice that, you can begin, and, anyone can do it. So I'll mention that. And then the other is Om. The Om is the sound, the first sound of the universe. And when you're birthed into this world, when you come through the birthing canal, you hear the original sound of the universe. And so this is another powerful way that you can listen to, or you can just do Om yourself, sing it yourself, or listen to a meditation. Bring your hands to your womb and just sound that original primordial sound. And that will help to calm yourself, your womb down. It will help to ground you into your womb, and it will help you to center into your womb. So
Beautiful. Thank you.
Several things that you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So the packages for Laura are available at laura.at/show/Laura11. And like we said earlier, Laura does have times available this month and moving forward, right? If you want to get a personal session with Laura sooner, you can. There are some times available in November, and then of course moving forward. Awesome, good, thank you. All right, so do we have time for a quick activation? Because your activations are always so powerful.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on how much, I don't even know what time it is, how much time you have. This activation probably goes at least 20 minutes. So,
sure.
Okay.
I'm just going to close my eyes.
Okay, you're going to close your eyes. Okay. All right, beautiful. All right, so.
And so, like, for those of us who are on the Zoom now and or will be watching or listening later, if we have issues with our womb, we know, and I'll tell you, all blanket, we all do, okay? We all do, right? So is there something that we should do other than putting our hands on our womb? Is there anything else that we need to do or intend?
Yes, I'm going to actually give everyone an intention here.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
So if you want to receive this intention, we'll start with that first. And I'll just invite you first to close your eyes and get really, really super comfortable. You could be laying down. You could be sitting down. And I want you to begin by just connecting in with your breath. So becoming aware of the breath as liquid light now entering into you. And now we're just set this intention, and I would, I'll say this intention. You can repeat it out, if you'd like, to yourself. My intention is to connect lovingly to my womb and consciously clear and release personal emotions and energies that are held within her. So now as you just begin to connect with your breath and just slowing down the breath, either seeing or feeling or sensing or knowing that your breath holds a beautiful liquid healing light. This light is coming down from the highest heavens, coming to you. And now just allow this light to begin to flow deeply all the way down the chakras, entering the crown chakra and flowing all the way down into your womb chakra. Take a moment now to just take your hands and cup your hands in front of you. So if you have your eyes closed, you might want to open them for a moment just to see what I'm doing. But just cup your hands out in front of you and just take a moment to ask to receive this light, this perfect healing frequency for you, or it could be a crystal or a stone or another object. And allow your hands to be filled with this beautiful frequency, perfect for you, that's going to help you to gently wash away pain, suppressed emotions, trauma, old stories, or fear, anxiety, or any other patterns that are stored within your womb. Now, as you receive this beautiful light or crystal into your hands, just take a moment to notice its color, its size, its shape. Is it shiny or dull, smooth or rough? So you just really connect with the energy. And just know that this crystal or light or object represents the perfect frequency of light to help you heal today. Now gently take this crystal or light and press it gently into your womb, into your belly, by bringing your hands to your womb, laying your hands on top of your womb very gently and lovingly. And now invite this light deep into your womb center. As you invite this healing light into your womb, just begin to notice or observe how you feel physically as you receive this light into your womb. How does that feel? What are you sensing? Invite this light to move deeper and deeper, right into the core and the center of your womb. Notice any physical sensations or any changes in your breathing. As you invite this beautiful crystal deep into your womb center, begin to invite the healing light to shine out in every direction from the core of your womb. Invite this beautiful healing light, this loving and nurturing light, into the walls of your womb. See it like honey beginning to coat the walls of your womb. The beautiful, loving energy of Divine Mother. Invite this energy into your fallopian tubes. Begin to see them receiving this energy. Your ovaries. Seeing your ovaries open and every cell just drinking in this beautiful light of healing and love. Now see this beautiful honey light, crystal light moving down into your vagina, into your cervix, to all of your female reproductive system. You begin to see your reproductive system just opening and receiving this healing and this love. Now expand this light out all the way through your hips and into your pelvis, moving this light gently into the space, filling up the space behind your womb. And now feeling or observing, begin to invite this beautiful healing light now to move through the tendons and the muscles and the ligaments that are holding your womb in place. And feeling the healing, the rejuvenation, the regeneration of the cells, the particles, the neurons. Every part and parcel of your female reproductive system is now being cleansed and purified with this light. Continue to breathe deeply, bringing this light down through the breath into the belly. Trust this light to work intelligently with you. Trust this light that it knows exactly where you need healing. And now invite this light to begin to release any fear or trauma that you may have embedded in your womb, or your sexual organs, or your hips, or your pelvic space. Ask this light to wash away any other emotions that you've stored in your womb, any emotional energies that have prevented you from connecting deeply into your feminine center, that have been preventing you from fully connecting to her. Invite this light now to release any physical holding, any pain or tension in your womb, pelvis, or hips that you may be holding on to. Just take a moment to let yourself breathe and move and stretch if you feel the need to. Allow the body to expand. Allow the body to move, to release it. Now ask the light to soften and to expand your pelvic area, inviting your womb to release any areas that feel rigid or tense or blocked. Any areas within your womb that feel dry, and just receive and relax and soften. As you continue to breathe down into your womb, just reassure yourself, reassure your inner child. It is safe to inhabit your womb more deeply. As the light now begins to shine through you more and more, keep opening your breath, keep opening your body. As you open your body more, notice if there are any feelings or emotions or physical sensations that are coming up from your womb or from your hips or your pelvis or your lower back or anywhere in the body. Now, again, invite this healing light deeper into any area of discomfort that you're feeling, any area that you might be feeling emotion rising or pain. And now invite your womb to just breathe in this healing light into every physical cell, into every drop of blood, into your cellular fluid, and to begin to circulate through your womb and through your reproductive system. Now just waking up every part and particle of your beautiful female system or male system. Invite this light to begin to rejuvenate, to aliven, to its crystalline particles that it holds within its diamond-like properties. And invite your cells to begin to open to receive those. to become nourished by those. And now ask to release any old emotional patterns from your DNA as this light begins to move through the DNA line. Ask this light to begin to liberate your DNA from any false DNA, to begin to undo that, to begin undo the weaving from your DNA so that your DNA can now become back into its full 12 strands, and you can begin to hold those 12 strands of DNA in your womb, in your body. Invite this light into the deepest parts of your physical being. Invite it to come into the body anywhere that you need healing. Continue to allow your womb to keep expanding as you breathe and letting your body move and expand, allowing her to blossom, allowing her to come back into her full bloom so that you can inhabit her more deeply and so that she can express herself more freely within you now. You're liberating her again. You're liberating her voice. You're liberating her powers of creation. You're liberating yourself. You're freeing yourself and allowing all the chains, the conditioning, the patterning to just fall away and dissolve now. You begin to feel this light growing stronger and stronger as it beams out through your womb and into your body. It's dissolving away old fears, traumas, blocks, and patterns. And you feel them dissolving. You feel them falling away. This light now continues to go and wash through the liquids of your womb, just purifying the blood, the lymph, the intercellular fluids, as it just clears everything away that is not of your pure, divine, I am blueprint. Everything else has to go. And just say yes and give it permission to clear, to purify, and cleanse you at the deepest level, all the way through every part and particle, every cell, every part of your DNA, your RNA, your telomeres, within your physical body, on the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual, all parts of your aura, and that you are ready for this clearing. And now ask this light now to move into the sacrum, bringing it all the way down into the tailbone. Invite this light now to begin to purify and dissolve any energies in your sacrum and your tailbone. Ask this light to move up your spine, moving all the way up the spine, up through the spine into your brain. Just releasing away any anxiety or stress or fear, nervousness. Just bringing peace and calm to your emotional center. So you can be more grounded, you can be more present, you can be more empowered. And now send this light down through your hips and legs and feet. Inviting this light now to dissolve any tensions, blocks, any fear in your hips, in your thighs, in your calves, your ankles, feet, and toes. Just washing away anything that is not of your true divine intelligence. And now come and reconnect with the light in your womb. Again, extending this light out now to asking this light to dissolve any blocks or traumas anywhere held in your body, on the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, the mental mental levels, invite this light to begin to clear and cleanse and purify and wash away all of those energies that, again, do not match your I am divine blueprint, that you are ready to release these energies. There's no need for you to hold them any longer in your body or at any level. And just check in with your inner child to make sure it's okay with her or him, and reassure her or him that you know what you're doing, that you're taking care of both of you. Breathing in and connecting with your heart. And now releasing any emotional wounding, any beliefs or thoughts or behaviors that you're ready to release. And now just let your breath release. Let your voice release, opening your throat chakra, releasing any tensions, releasing any old wounds or trauma that may be impeding your throat chakra, anything that's impeding from keeping you to be the voice, the messenger for Divine Mother. We want to release all of those energies. For it's your time to fully reclaim your voice, your truth, in your alignment with the divine. And so as you breathe that in, just ask this beautiful healing light to shine out now through your whole energy field, your whole body, your whole I am space. Releasing any mask or disguises or shells or layers that are around you that may be isolating you or even defending you. You want to release all of that. Release any boxes, release any toroidal fields, release any prisons, release any structures that are foreign that you're seeing or feeling or sensing that may be preventing you from fully walking in 100% of your light. Anything that's fully preventing you from fully embodying your I am presence has to go now. And it is safe for you to reclaim your love and light. It is safe for you now to come into the body and to fully be you again. So you can be more open, you can be more connected, you can be your authentic self. And from a safe space within, in a true and loving way. And this is what you came for. This is it. It's now or never. Just drink it all in. Invite it all in. Invite Divine Mother to flow through you fully in every cell and space, through the telomeres, through the blood, through the RNA, through every part and particle of your beautiful hologram. There's no reason not to. There's no reason to hold back. You're ready. You are so ready, and you are so loved, and you are so protected. And as you do, everything is coming towards you. And so now feel and see a beautiful energies of support and love and nourishment, energies of abundance, energies of gold, now coming into your aura, coming into your body, manna from heaven, prosperity and love and joy and connection, all what you've been searching for, and bringing all of this energy in and just filling you up from head to toe. Wherever you have shadow or dense energy, just ask for it to be replaced right now. You're ready to fully embody your I am presence, and it is safe for you to do so. This is the promise of Divine Mother, and this is how she's returned to support her children, now to coming into a new Garden of Eden where there is peace and love and connection and there is safety again. And she's calling you now, beloved child of the universe. It is time. You are ready. Let go. Divine Mother has your back. Divine Father has your back. All you need to do is say yes and receive it. And receive it fully now into your body and anchoring it all the way down from head to toe, anchoring it every part and particle. And just notice how you're feeling. Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling expanded? Are you feeling more relaxed and peaceful? And just begin to become aware of how you're feeling, what has shifted, what has changed. And just take a moment to recognize that and to imprint that this into your memory. And breathing slowly in and out and beginning to breathe all the way down to the feet. And feeling beautiful rose quartz beneath each foot. Anchoring into Mother Earth. Feeling love from Mother Earth below. And feeling totally supported by heaven above. And begin to run now a beautiful infinity symbol that comes together at the heart, connects in with the womb heart, and connects in with your pineal. And just begin to run that beautiful golden frequency along with the pink frequency of divine feminine, divine masculine, running in 50-50 harmony, running that through, connecting you from connecting you to the I am cosmos, cosmic energies, and connecting you into the heart of Mother Earth, New Earth. Bringing that all to your heart space, bringing you into the golden flower of your heart, stepping into the golden flower of your heart, into the flames of divine love, merging with the flames of divine love, the trifold flame becoming one. And now stepping into the pearl of your heart, the essence of you, your I am authentic self. And now taking a moment to just beam that light, beaming through your physical form, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, beaming it out into the universes, everywhere. And now just declaring, I am a sovereign, divine, free being of the universe. I am 100% light and love. I am the Christ light. I am fully the Christ light. I am already that, and it is so. And breathing that in, just reminding and awakening that blueprint within you. And now closing up the pearl, stepping back through the trifold flames of divine love. And now fully reconnecting with the beautiful golden flower in your heart. And breathing in and breathing out and expanding now completely throughout your entire beingness. Bridging the unseen with the seen. Knowing that you're completely held and loved by Divine Sophia Mother and always have been. And breathing that into every cell and awakening your cells, awakening your light bodies. Just breathing it all in, letting it all, just drinking it all in. And just asking for what is yours. What is yours to receive? What are you here to do? And that you're ready to receive the resources, the people, the connection. You're ready to receive it all because you have a great purpose. You have a great purpose now, and it's time to manifest it. And it is so. So breathing that in, drinking that in, just feeling your feet on the floor and beginning to open your eyes slowly when you're ready and just coming back when ready, very slowly and gently. Right.
All right.
Oh, well, it's a little bit longer, 20 minutes. So try to keep it short.
It's all good. Wow. How's everybody doing? That went deep. That went really deep. That was amazing.
Well, it's, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, for those of us who are in Europe, we're going to sleep really good tonight.
Yay.
Bianca said that was wonderful, so strong. Yeah, and just so you know, you're probably still going to continue to process and clear, because I'm still feeling my throat clearing. So
Yeah, probably for about, the guides are saying about 36 hours.
Awesome.
And it's a really good thing to do right now would be, once we end the show, is to go and get your journal and spend some time in quiet time and just allow things to come up, writing down, what was coming up, but then there will still be more clearing and more things coming up to the surface for you over the next 36 hours. So it's a really good time to just make some notes, and observations. Yeah.
Awesome. So Bianca says, burning in my womb from the clearing. Diane says, very deep clearing. Many thanks. Yeah, I also felt a lot of burning, deep heat in my womb, in my hips, in my lower back, everywhere. It was like really powerful. Sherry says, wow, very deep and powerful. Yep. Good. So, also drink water, right? Be gentle with yourself.
Yeah. Be gentle. And the intense heat is usually an indicator of a deep burning, burning away of the energies. It can be heat, it can be cold, it can be, some people don't feel it, but it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, if you don't, it's okay.
You're
says, intense heat in my womb the first few minutes, and after that, I guess it settled down. Yeah, I don't know when for me either, when it was exactly, but it's like at one point I was like sweating, as well. Thea, or iPad Van Thea, says it is very strong and feel the energy and clearing. Thanks. Good. Yeah, it was, and it was, I was gonna say, it was 20 minutes. Oh, maybe it was 30 minutes.
Almost 30 minutes. Yeah.
It was 30 minutes, but yeah, it's all good. Right. So just be gentle with yourselves, drink water, like Laura said, do a little bit of journaling if you can right now, just to make some observations. Caroline says, I felt blurps of energy bubbles, like when I was pregnant and baby moved and all that. Oh yeah. All that energy then flowed throughout my body, and at throat felt very, very strong. Yeah. Wow. Good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still feeling it in my throat as well. Shift Sherry says, beautiful gift, feel cold. See, yeah, some people feel cold, some people feel heat. And don't forget to ground the best you can as well,
Yeah.
That was one of the things that you mentioned, Laura, was walking on grass, and I finally have courtyard where I can actually walk on grass, So,
Hey.
so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, I have a courtyard where there's a lawn. I can actually, connect to Mother Earth more deeply now, so that's great. Oops, okay. I just got a message on my phone. Okay. All right, so that was cool. Again, powerful, which we knew it was going to be, but also at the same time, take a look at the packages that Laura has available, package A and package B. Those are available at alara.at/show/Laura11. And definitely, if you can book a session with Laura, I highly recommend it. I've had sessions with Laura and they're very, very powerful. They're very transformative. They're very powerful. Yeah, you will be amazed. Yeah, they're 60 minutes, but I don't think Laura specifically has a clock next to her when she's doing sessions.
No, you typically go over 60 minutes. So I don't,
Yeah.
I like to give, really, sometimes we'll go up to an hour and a half. So yeah.
Yeah, it happens. So just be prepared for that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that the guides want to share before we go, Laura?
Yeah, good question. Let me just check in and they're just Mary Magdalene is just saying that, this is very sacred work and that you're all awakening to remember your lives as priestesses, as healers, medicine women, and this is not foreign to you. It may seem foreign right now because we've been so disconnected from our wombs because of what's happened over history. But to know that you can pick up, your light, your torch, you can engage in this sacred work again, and it's time to come back, and you're being called, by Divine Mother, by the goddess. And she just wants us to know that it's our time, and we're being called. It's a very holy and sacred time and journey. And that she is blessing each of us who are ready to take this journey. Of course, she's just saying that be gentle with yourself, do it in your own timing, and always honor and respect yourself, and that you're fully loved and guided and protected. And then she's actually, bowing to us here on the earth plane, just, honoring us with respect and deep love for our work that we're doing here on the earth, and that this is very important work that we're doing. And she just wants everyone to know that it doesn't matter, what your age is. It doesn't matter for both men and women, that this is the holy work that we're being called to do. And just to allow it to come to you in your own timing, and to respect and honor that, because that's the feminine way. The feminine way is not about pushing or forcing or trying to control or manipulate anything. Those are the energies that we are washing and purifying out of our womb space now.
Mhm.
And, all that's happened. And as we do that, then we are saving ourselves. We're literally saving the human race. I mean, that's what she's saying. Like, we're literally saving ourselves through this this holy sacred work, and so that the babies that are coming in can be birthed in unconditional love, and create, that hold that frequency of the fifth dimension and higher. So yeah, so she sends her love and her blessings, and she's just honoring each and every one. She's honoring and blessing our wombs. That's actually Mother Mary now, but honoring and blessing each of our wombs. And she says, please come to her, please connect with her when you need, at any time you're in pain or discomfort or trauma or anything, to please call on Mother Mary. And she is there for us. She's walking with us every step of the way. Everyone who's here, she's right there with us. And she loves us more than we know. And to call on her as well. And then now I'm seeing Yeshua and the three of them. And so we have their love, we have their support, as well as we do all of the beautiful ascended masters and councils of light that are supporting us in this very important and critical phase that we're in as we go from, the old earth to the new earth. So they're giving us lots of love and blessings and honoring us, and just taking all that into our hearts.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I just wanted to share a few more quick comments from people here. So Maria was saying, thank you very much. Sherry says, feeling really peaceful. Mina said, that was really beautiful. Womb clearing, thank you so much. Caroline says, karma free, right? The new children coming in will be karma free. And Sherry said, this is very sacred. And Caroline says, I've been singing Ave Maria for a few days now. Now I'm going to be singing it. I love Ave Maria.
Oh, me too. I love that. One of my favorites. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Beautiful. Thank you. This was so powerful, so beautiful. It's going to continue, folks. So please be gentle with yourself. Ground, 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 journal, drink water, etc. Take a look at the packages. If you want to work more intimately with Laura, you can get package A or package B. They're available at alara.at/show/Laura11. Nice. Awesome. All right. So thank you so much, Laura. Great,
Thank
great,
you.
great. All right, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an
Thanks,
abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Bye, everyone. Much love and
Thanks.
blessings.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love and blessings. Bye-bye.